India is reducing the undernourished children and underweight children. It is just happening because of the agriculture, as it is taking care of the food requirements and nutritional intake of such population. The development of agriculture will definitely reduce the underweight and malnourished children, which are more in number among the Asian countries. When I talk about the agriculture takes care of the complete food production and requirements of the food requirements of the population is again taken care by the agriculture. Agriculture takes care of livelihood. Agriculture provides a food security. Agriculture taking care of the who are the malnourished and underweight children, which is again very important concept of our agriculture. The next one is how agriculture plays a vital role in our exports of our country. And today, when we see the statistical estimates, agriculture plays a very important role and it is almost occupying a very prominent place in our global market. So what are the major products that we are exporting to other countries and they consider to be tea, sugar, oilseeds, tobacco and spices? And when we talk about which countries we are maximum exporting and the destinations are USA, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Nepal and Bangladesh. Let us talk about our agriculture share to the exports of our country from 6 to 2018-19 was 44.2% and now it is 13.0%. That shows that we are also exporting the manufactured products rather than concentrating only on exporting the primary products. The next is how agriculture is taking care of other sectors. Today, the transport sector is create the maximum revenue of the transport sector. We talk about roads, railways, waterways, and airways. Maximum share of their revenue are generated by exporting or by transporting the agriculture products from one place to another. The agriculture plays a very important place in the growth of the transport sector. It is again playing a very important role for the sustainable development and also for environmental protection. Sustainable development, when we come across this topic or this concept, we believe in taking care of the present requirements and no compromise on the future requirements. And that is only possible when we are developing the agriculture sector and agriculture is also trying to reduce the environmental degradation and it is also taking care of the ecology. It is taking care of the eco balance and also protecting our environment. The other part is the decentralization of banking network is happening to take care of the requirements of the agriculture sector and the main apex bank to provide agriculture credit to the farmers we have is NABARD and also we have land development banks, primary cooperative banks. Most of these commercial banks and these banks are decentralized or spreading over the villages, take care of the financial requirements of the agriculture sector. When I talk about agriculture, importance of agriculture, it takes care of so many sectors or it plays a very important role for the growth of Indian economy. Let us go with the next topic, the growth of agriculture. What is the pattern of growth in agriculture? How was agriculture in at British period and how is agriculture at this present? When we go back to 1950 time of independence, our agriculture sector was very backward. We were ruled by the Britishers. They have commercialized our agriculture sector. They have developed those areas which could make commercial benefit for them and our farmers were in heavy debt. It's because of illiteracy. We didn't have proper exposure to the modern technology and we were dependent lot on the rainfall and the monsoon. And the productivity per person and per area was very, very This was a scenario of our agriculture at the time of our. Now, with the efforts, continuous efforts by the various 5-year plans, with the continuous efforts of the government programs, with the efforts of adopting the new agriculture strategy, there is some changes in development of our agriculture. So, one of the achievement of our planning, we can consider that there is a development in the agriculture sector in the 60 years, and that has, thanks to the government, thanks to the various policies, which is outcome of the various research universities, we could develop our agriculture sector with the help of the new agriculture strategy, green revolution, and various fruits of the our research university. The next one we have is growth in productivity and production of the major crops. Let us talk about each crop individually. There is some changes in the productivity and the production levels from 1950 to the present day. Let us see how it was. From 1950 to 2018, with regard to the productivity, the rice was 688 million kgs per hectare. It has increased to 659, and when we talk about in percentage, it has increased from 20.5% to 1116 or 116.4%. With regard to wheat, it is 663, has increased to 3,507 kgs per hectare, and when we compare in terms of percentage, which is 6.4% to 102.2%. Likewise, the total food grain production was 522 kgs per hectare, which has increased 2,299 per hectare. And in terms of percentage, we say 50.8% to 85 million tons. Next topic is, what are the causes for the productivity in agriculture? What are the major causes for low productivity in agriculture? Next topic we have is causes for low productivity in agriculture. And from the examination point of view, it is very, very important for 10. When I talk about productivity, we compare with the terms of area and in terms of per person and per area. Both where it is very, very low, we have the productivity per person and productivity per area. There are three to four major causes which are leading to the low productivity, and they are general causes, institutional causes, technical causes, and environmental causes. The main reasons for low productivity, first one is general causes, social environment, population pressure on land degradation, inadequate infrastructure. When I talk about the social environment, basically in the rural areas, still there should be development. The mindsets of the people, the mindsets of the farmer, of the broad outlook, it has to be still developed. The horizons of the farmers have to be still developed. The environment itself is not encouraging for any development and adaptability. The farmers are, because of illiteracy, the farmers are not able to adapt with any changing conditions or any changing. Some places in some areas, because of this kind of environment, not adaptability, illiteracy, not able to understand the benefits of the technology, these are certain restrictions which is affecting the productivity of our agriculture. The second one come under general causes is population pressure on land. More people are working than required because the productivity of the land cannot be increased. Land is subject to diminishing returns. More population, that is disguised unemployment, and more people because there is no alternative employment opportunities. The farmers are forced to depend on the agriculture, even if it is a small size of land holdings, even if it is uneconomic holding. They depend on agriculture, that is only source of their livelihood, and that is again reducing the level of productivity. The next one is land degradation. There are so many reasons for land degradation because of the natural reasons and the man-made reasons. The top fertility, the top layer of the fertile of the soil is being degraded, is affecting the productivity of the agriculture. Inadequate infrastructure. When we talk about this particular one, the basic transportation, the basic construction of roads, and the basic communications and storage facilities. These are not being provided to the farmers in some of the areas, and that is affecting their productivity. So many times we come across in our news that the farmers are incurring heavy expenditure to transport the agriculture goods to the urban areas or the cities. They dump in their local market yards because the transportation cost is more than it is costing them more expensive than they sending it to the market. So that there are many reasons. They don't have proper storage facilities. Every agricultural commodities has to be stored in different room temperatures, and such warehouses are not still being maintained in some of the villages, and thereby they are forced to sell the products. They cannot afford to wait for a better prices. That is one major drawback. Lack of communications. The farmers are not updated with the latest information about the prices and the various programs and the various schemes introduced by the government. And these such information, if it is not reaching to the farmers on time, there is again a setback to the agriculture activity. The transportation are so expensive, and to transport the agricultural commodities from the rural areas to the market area. Inadequate infrastructure, lack of transportation, lack of storage facilities, high cost of transportation are leading to the low productivity because the farmers are not fetching better prices for their agriculture commodities. The next one is institutional causes. What comes under them? Land tenure system, size of land holdings, lack of entrepreneurship, efficiency of investment. Land tenure system, even after 60 years of our independence, still in our villages, we still have some of the features continuing what Britishers have adopted in our have some of the features of Jamindari system, Mahalwari system, Roitwari system. Some of the features of this system are still being implemented in our agriculture sector, and that is affecting our tenants, and they're not able to develop the agriculture. The size of land holdings. Most of the farmers are cultivating in uneconomic land holdings. What do you mean by economic and uneconomic land holdings? Economic holding is a reasonable size of land that is held by the farmer. Uneconomic is that size of land holding which is not taking care of the minimum requirements of the farmers. The uneconomic land holding or small size of land holdings are not encouraging for increase our agriculture productivity because they do not give any scope of modernization. They do not give any scope of technology. They do not give any scope of machineries, implementation of machineries, small size of land. The next one is lack of entrepreneurship. There are certain qualities an entrepreneur should possess it for success of their business, and such qualities it has to be still developed among our farmers in our agriculture sector. Efficiency of investment. As the population is increasing, as the needs of the people are increasing, our investment on agriculture need to be increased. But to what extent it has been increasing is big question. The next one is technical causes. Four techniques of production. Even today, the technology the process of production, the methodology of production, the techniques that they are utilizing has to be updated. The methodology, what they are following it, the process of cultivation has to be upgraded. It has to be more modernized. And the machinery that they are utilizing has to be, most of them are old and outdated. It to be upgraded because technology always go with a tagline of increasing the production by minimizing, maximization of production by minimizing the cost of it. So the techniques has to be upgraded. The technology has to be upgraded for us to improve agriculture production. Inadequate irrigation. Even today, 60% of our land, our agricultural land, depends on our monsoon because we don't have adequate irrigational facilities. We need to have more and more development of major and medium irrigational projects. No doubt the government is taking the additional efforts to provide them, but still our farmers are forced to depend on the monsoon, which are very uncertain, irregular in our country. The next reason is environmental degradation, soil degradation, deforestation. All these are affecting to the agriculture cultivation.
ఆ చదువులమ్మ నేరుగా ప్రతి ఇంటి గడప చేరగా